Hi, namaste. My name is Henry Shadikar, and this is part 2 on my new series on MOOJI Baba. In part 1, I explained how offensive it is for me that someone who claims to be a representative of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi eats meat and has recommended at one time some people to eat meat, something that is completely contrary to the teaching of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. I come to you as a hypnotherapist that has helped many ex-cult members to get deprogrammed from cults. I am very concerned that around MOOJI there has been suicides. People who one day love and worship MOOJI and the next day they kill themselves. What is happening? Who is investigating? I received an email from one of the parents of someone who committed suicide, and they're just not getting any clear answer of why their loved one killed themselves, although on the surface they seem to be very dedicated to the spiritual path as taught by MOOJI Baba. In the past, MOOJI sent his lawyers after me for having made some statement. And I'm going to tell you that I'm not intimidated. This is very important message about philosophy, theology, ethics regarding the Hindu scriptures and the teaching of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, all the way back to Sankaracharya, who was a Brahmin and a pure vegetarian. I think the problem is that MOOJI only has yes man, yes woman around him, and he doesn't have an older brother to tell him, listen, MOOJI, Tony, you're screwing up here, and you might be screwing up the life of many people who think that you are self-realized and enlightened, when I know, as your older brother, that you're not at all. I received an email yesterday. Some followers of MOOJI said, Henry, mentioning that MOOJI's Jamaican, that's racism. Well, let me tell you my story with Jamaica. In the early 90s, my beloved wife was very interested in the vegetarian cultures around the world, and we learned about the vegetarian culture of Jamaica, which called ital, and it's mostly pure vegetarian food that has been adopted by the Rastafarian. So we flew there, we met our guide, we had 10 days of different ital feast with many Rastafarian, had a great time, and we went all over the islands, swimming and eating great fresh vegetables and fruits and juice. So MOOJI doesn't even know about the ital culture in Jamaica. Why does he wear those dreads? He's not living like a real Rasta. He's not a Shiva Baba like there is in India that are also mostly pure vegetarian. When I was in Jamaica, I asked, why are you vegetarian? And one of the leaders there told me, it's because the Bible said so. He showed me the verse, Genesis 1:29. I give you every seed-bearing plants on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be for you food. And he said that's why we're vegetarian. There is many other quotes. If you are interested, you can go on the website of the Seventh-day Adventist Church that recommend a vegetarian diet, and who, by the way, are the longest living Christians in America. Swami Shivananda said that the best preaching is the example of oneself. Master Shivananda, who really was preaching a strict vegetarian diet to do yoga, is telling us that, hey, Mooji, you eat meat? You are giving the worst example. I think that Mooji not only has not transcended the mind and tasted the states of samadhi, but he has not even transcended the desire to eat meat. You go in Jamaica, the non-Rasta, they all eat jerk chicken everywhere. It was easy for the slave of the past to run in the mountain with chicken. Much easier than bringing cows or goats. I think that the problem with Mooji, he thinks he has created a brand with his dreads and beards, sitting on a high chair with Ramana Maharshi on one side, the pictures of Papaji on the other side, and answering little questions, and never as really scholar visiting and asking him important questions about the Advaita theology. I am ready to debate Mooji anytime, anywhere, if it can help some of his followers that see him as enlightened, as a perfect spiritual guide, to be deprogrammed and see that his philosophy, his theology is full of dangerous errors. Well, this is going to be my last video for now about Mooji. I now have subject matter that are more important than talking about the non-Rasta, the non-real Advaita, Anthony Young, who gave himself the fancy name MOOJI Baba. May God bless him and show him the way of his errors. May he find the light, may he be happy, may he be at peace ultimately. Thank you very much, and namaste. Master Shivananda said, saint, yogis, rishis who lived on a vegetarian diet conclusively prove that a vegetarian diet produces supreme powers both in the mind and in the body, and is highly conducive for divine contemplation and practice of yoga. Mahatma Gandhi said, the greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. To become vegetarian is to step into the stream which leads to nirvana. By eating meat, we share the responsibility of climate change, the destructions of our forests, and the poisoning of our air and water. The simple act of becoming vegetarian will make a difference in the health of the planet. Leonardo da Vinci, who said, "The time will come when men such as I will look upon the murder of animals as they look upon the murder of man. Nothing will benefit health and increase in the chance of survival of life on earth as much as evolution to a vegetarian diet."